Okay, it's finally time for me to upgrade my vacuum cleaner. So I went out and bought two brand new models. Over here we have the Shark Rotator NV752 True Pet. Now this particular model has been out on the market about 4.5 years. It's quite popular. It's got high ratings across the internet. Pretty much can't go wrong with it. Now, I've actually tried and used a Shark NV751 before in the past and was very happy with it. Had very good suction power, very good vacuum. So I'm sure I'm going to like this one just fine. So this is my safe bet. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it even though I'm going to try it out. Okay, now my wild side made me get this to try this out. This is the Dyson V10 Cyclone Absolute. Okay, this is battery powered. So, of course, this is a Dyson. I've never owned a Dyson, never used a Dyson. Okay, Dyson's supposed to be king of the vacuum world. Most expensive, that's for sure. So I wanted to try this out, and this is called a stick vacuum. These ones that look like a stick. There's other companies that make them too. But called a stick vacuum. And I just wanted to compare these two models. I don't know, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos on this vacuum, did a lot of research, and some videos make this vacuum look like it's the best thing ever. Others make it look like it's trash. So I want to compare these two, decide for myself what I think is best. So here we go. Okay, let's take a look at the Shark NV752 first. There it is in all its glory. Got the power button up top, and you've got this switch to go from hardwood floors to low pile carpeting to high pile carpeting. And this little vent on the side will open up when you're on the high pile setting to allow more airflow to circulate. So I'm just playing around with it a little bit here. It's very easy to maneuver. And the lift away pod, you can lift that up and hold it in your hand and continue to vacuum with power going to the brush, making it spin. So you can get up under furniture, get low to the ground, like in this picture. Get up under a couch or a coffee table or something. Just put the pod back on, and let's push in those latches to take the dust canister off, and let's get the dust out of there, all the debris. Put that back, and there we are, playing with it again. I was trying to knock it over. I notice it stands upright a lot better than the NV751. It takes a lot more to try to knock it over. Got a 25-foot cord. It's kind of generous. Can attach the little hose there to the wand, let that little clip. Wheels have rubber around them. That's good. Got 12-inch wide brush head. LED lights. A brush roll indicator that'll turn red or green for various reasons. Sucking up the fog from this fog machine, you can see it's a complete sealed system. No fog is escaping anywhere else. Alright, let's take a look at the filters. This particular model has 3 different filters. There's that one, and there's this pad down here. Then there's the HEPA filter down here at the bottom. Take the lid off. You can pull that out, and that can be washed with water and let it dry out before you put it back in. Let's put everything back together. There's room for 2 accessories to be stored on board the vacuum. You can turn these screws and take off this plastic thing to get access to the brush head to cut off hair, like with scissors. Alright, it comes with, mine came with 3 different accessories: the upholstery tool, the crevice tool, and the mini motorized brush, which is the best tool of them all. And it has its own motor, and this thing can be adjusted here, and then there's a switch to let in more air, like if you're doing high pile carpets. Alright, now let's move on to the Dyson V10. There's the switch on it. You can have setting 1, 2, or max mode. And all the attachments, including the wand and everything, clicks in. That's what I like about this one. Because on the Shark, some of them are compression. You sort of push them together and they don't click. Notice how my hairdryer matches the wand. That's a plus. Now on the Dyson, you have to push in the button to keep the power on. If you release it, it'll stop. There's no way to lock the button in. And you do have to have some fairly strong wrists. All the pressure is going on your wrist when you're vacuuming with this thing. Now to empty the canister, you have to remove the wand first, and now you can dump it like that. And this whole plastic bin can come off if you want to wash it. And stick it back on. And then this vacuum just has one filter. So just unscrew that and you can wash it out and let it dry. Put it back on. This brush head is only 10 inches on the Dyson. And testing the fog again, and it's a closed sealed system too, just like on the Shark. When you press the trigger, that shows you how much battery life is left. And then there's a few little icons, like if the filter is loose or clogged up, the little filter light will come on. If there's a blockage in the suction, then a little suction light will come on. There you see it blinking. It's got a rubber bumper on the battery so you can lean it up against the wall. And these are all the accessories it came with. You got the combination tool. You have the mini soft dusting brush, the crevice tool, the power supply, the mini motorized tool, and you can bend or position the plastic at different angles. And then you have the wall mount, and then the main torque drive head. And it's got sort of hollow rubber here at the back. It's got little teeny wheels on the front. And then it's got this gate system. You switch this switch and it opens up the gate either halfway or all the way. And then you have the soft roller head, which is designed for hard floors or tile. Okay. Now you can use a coin or a flathead screwdriver and remove the brush head if you want. That comes all the way out, unlike the Sharks. Same thing with the soft roller. You can take it all the way out to clean it. Okay, now I've got it plugged in and it's recharging. You see how the lights, when it goes all the way out, that means it's fully recharged. And now I've got the wall mount up and the power cord goes up there. You can read the manual how to do this, and then the jack sticks out. So now you can slide the vacuum down the track and it'll sit right on the jack and connect automatically and start charging. That's what it looks like on the wall mount. Wall mount can hold a couple of accessories. Now I found this interesting on Amazon, some of the negative comments. The Dyson person answered back some of these comments by saying that it says do not recommend charging the vacuum directly after use. Instead, it is recommended to allow the unit to cool down a few minutes before reconnecting it to the charger. So keep that in mind. That's kind of strange, but because most people would want to connect it right back right after they're finished using it, but Dyson's saying no, don't do that. Okay, now here comes the real thing, the real show. Let's compare these two vacuums. So I got me some cereal, made some debris piles, and let's start with the Shark. Just got it on the low pile setting and see how well it consumes this debris. And as you can see, it doesn't have much of a problem. It pretty much eats it up, takes care of it, handles it. Moving on to the Dyson. I've got it on the medium setting right now with the gates closed. And it's sort of doing this snow plowing thing, they call it, where it's sort of pushing the cereal. This is kind of an extreme test. You know, these are big pieces of cereal, and it's all you got to really do is lift the vacuum up over top of it and then pull it back, and then it'll suck it up. But it takes a little bit longer to get it all up over the Shark. Now I'm going to open up the gates all the way, see if that helps get it up any faster. Testing that up, or testing that out, and that doesn't help much. It's still on the medium setting, and it still takes longer than the Shark took, but it does get it up eventually, and it gets it up well. It just takes a little longer. And now I've got it on the high setting, or the max setting, and again, it's snow plowing and not performing quite as well as a Shark with these large chunks of cereal. So on this test, the Shark definitely outperforms it. Outperforms the Dyson. You can see, I've got a close-up shot. Both of the heads are flat. It's just that the Shark is so much heavier that it somehow just pushes, just seems to, like a running back, runs over the cereal, like just plows over it and pushes it down. Or the Dyson's head is so light that it can't do that as well. So now I've crushed the cereal up a little bit more like a fine dust, and mashing it into the carpet. And now let's see how well the Dyson can do. But we'll start with the Shark, and the Shark has no trouble with this at all. Sucks it up rather quickly, which I figured it would. Let's see how the Dyson does now on the medium setting. Got the gates open, and it does a lot better with this smaller debris. Okay. Alright, now let's do an extreme test. The most extreme test. And just put the whole balls of cereal down. The Shark NV752 just crushes it. Just no problem at all. And the Dyson, you just have to play with a little bit, and it'll suck it up pretty fast too. So it did better than I expected on that test. Now let's try the little mini motorized tool on each. You could attach this to the wand if you wanted to, but I just decided to do it directly to the hose. And both of these performed very well. I've got that on the medium setting, and it sucked it up nicely. Moving on to the kitchen, I've installed the soft roller head on the Dyson. Now I'm just taking a large knife and swiping it across the toast to get the crumbs all over the floor. There you see the crumbs have covered my kitchen. And let's try the Shark on the hardwood floor setting. See how well it gets these crumbs up. Zooming in, the crumbs are gone, so it did a good job. Now let's try the Dyson. With its fluffy head. And it does an equally good job. All the crumbs are gone. So they both do well with the crumb test. Now let's try some sugar. See if that gives any one of them problems. Shark takes a couple of passes, but that's about it. And it gets it all up. Dyson devours that sugar in one pass. So Dyson, really impressive on the hardwood floors. Now let's do a noise test. Now this is a special tool I got, accessory for the Dyson. Just plug it in, link in the description. This allows you to clean out your car a little easier because the motor tends to get in the way, the big bulky motor. So with this you can stretch it out and reach all those tight spaces. Okay, let's wrap this up. Now which of the two vacuums would I keep? Or which do I like better? I like the Dyson better because, well, it's cordless. I like that, the freedom that it gives you. It's lightweight, so you can easily move it around. Has plenty of suction power for basic vacuuming tasks, even on the medium mode. And you put it on the max mode, and it's just as powerful as the Shark. And you get 21 minutes and 30 seconds on medium mode with the Dyson after a charge. But you only get 8 minutes and 6 seconds approximately on the max mode. But I mean, it only takes me like 2 minutes to vacuum a room. So, and you're never going to really use max that much. There's no need to, you know, unless you spill a bag of cereal on the floor. But if you're just doing basic vacuuming, weekly vacuuming up dust and stuff, medium is plenty strong enough. And like I say, you get 21 minutes, almost 22 minutes with that mode. And the minimum mode on the Dyson, I wouldn't even use that. I don't even see a need to ever use that mode. But that mode's supposed to give you like about an hour of power. An hour of power, okay. And it takes about 2 hours and 45 minutes to charge the Dyson, which they say it takes 3.5 hours, but I did it 3 different times and my average was 2 hours and 45 minutes. Now the Dyson Pros, of course, it's cordless, so you can take it anywhere. You can go out to your car, vacuum that, go out to your garage, whatever. It's very lightweight to move around, at least. Now, when you're vacuuming, I'll get to that later, but you got ample time to vacuum for whatever you need in one charge. Okay, and then it comes with the soft roller cleaner head, which is excellent for hardwood floors. Now remember, the soft roller cleaner head only comes with the absolute version, which I got, of this Dyson V10, and not the animal or the motor head variants. But you can buy it separately for like $129. Now the Dyson Cons, it's a little bit harder to push on the carpet than the Shark, especially in max mode. If you've got weak wrists, like I say, even though the Dyson is lightweight, because of the way the motor is up in the air, you gotta have not necessarily strong wrists, you just can't have really weak wrists or you're gonna have a hard time pushing it. Especially like say in max mode. In the normal mode it's not too bad. But on that max mode, the suction is really trying to suck that carpet up, and the head is so lightweight, and it just makes it more difficult to push, especially if you have the gates closed on the head. Okay. Dyson Cons, another one would be durability is sort of questionable. It's only got a 2-year warranty. Just feels, the plastics and all, I don't know, it just feels a little cheaper than the Shark. Like it possibly won't last as long, but I don't know, I'm just guessing. And then the Dyson Is Expensive. So Dyson, there is a V11 model out now, but it's extremely expensive. And with most Dyson vacuums, you just wait a few years and they drop in price about 40%. So now the Shark Pro's great suction. You feel like you're getting a deeper clean in the carpet, more so than the Dyson. I don't know, it just feels that way. Usually the Shark can get stuff up in just one pass, where the Dyson, you gotta maybe go back and forth a few more times. But as I said earlier, the Shark is easier to push and pull on carpet. It has more of a gliding effect, even though it's heavy. It's got those big wheels, and it just, I don't know, to me it's just easier to push back and forth. And like I said, it seems more durable and like it would last longer. And it does have a 5-year warranty, where the Dyson only has 2 years. So, cons on the Shark, of course it's corded, got to deal with that cord. And it's bulky and heavy, like to lug up and down stairs. So, but other than that, that's about it for the cons. Now, what would I recommend for other people? If you've got a lot of hardwood floors, go with the Dyson because of the soft roller cleaner that it comes with. If you've got a lot of pets that shed a lot and a lot of carpet, go with the Shark. If you have a lot of pets and hardwood floors, go with the Dyson. If you have a lot of long pile or shaggy type carpet, go with the Shark. And then if you want a vacuum that looks like a laser gun, go with the Dyson. I just think things should work properly.